the office, and I have another one from Tranquility. This one's, let's delve deeper into emotional incest. If your family hates you, cut them off. Proverbs 11:12. He who is devoid of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. Proverbs 11:12. He who is devoid of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. Let's delve deeper into emotional incest. If your family hates you, cut them off with tranquility.
Hello, guys and dolls. How are you today? I hope you're doing well, darlings. All right, let's delve deeper into emotional incest and how crazy it goes. Okay, because anytime somebody manipulates you, and emotional incest is a type of manipulation. All right. So anytime there is any type of emotional manipulation, it can cause some permanent damage to the person on the receiving end, or cause enough damage that until they break away from this person or receive comprehensive counseling, that damage will remain and it will impact their life for the rest of their lives. Some of the ploys that I know that parents will use, and it was also used in my situation with my so-called ex-fiance, the Canadian moron. She also used her health. People will also use their health to manipulate others. You know, you're going to go out with this person and you know I don't feel well, you know my health isn't good, or if you've got plans with your friends, aren't you supposed to take me to the doctor in the morning? You know, you're going to go out with your friends late tonight and you're not going to take me to the doctor in the morning. So they guilt the person and control them into doing what they want them to do all the time. They usually start at a young age, because my brother went through the same thing. What is the deal with this one little piece that's driving me insane? My brother went through the same thing. He's been manipulated by her all of his life because she chose the person who, out of the three of us, he is the weakest link. And what I mean by that is he has the softest heart. She knows how she treated me, so there was no way in hell, I'm talking about the mother, there was no way in hell that I was going to be soft towards her and, you know, get sucked into that emotional incestuous vortex, because she was just monstrous towards me. So there's no way she was going to try me, and there's no way she was going to try my other brother. But Jason is the softie out of the three of us. He's the softest. So she went ahead and she targeted him. She has no friends. She has no family. She has nothing but him. And he has been, I got wind of something being awry with that when, before he graduated college, I said, well, what are your plans? Oh, I got to make sure I make enough money to take care of her. There's your red flag. I thought that was weird. Like, it took me back for a second. Like, that's not normally what people say. Normally they say, I want to make enough money so I could get a house, so I could move in the country, or whatever it is that your plans are. I want to get married one day, have kids. No. He wanted to take care of the warden. And that's what I call her, the warden, because she's a control freak. So yeah, he's in an emotionally incestuous relationship with her, the mother. And, let's see. I have known of situations where, like I said, in the Canadian, in his issue, she used her health. Now, mind you, she's married. Okay, supposedly. Okay, he sits there and watches hockey all day. He will go to her appointments with her, but the son is the husband. And so, because her health has been really, really bad, she would use that to manipulate him. Oh, I'm going in the hospital. Oh my God, this is going wrong. That could go wrong. I could die. I mean, they're going to get overly dramatic. Sometimes it's serious. Sometimes it's not that serious. But because that person, that child, if it's a child, they've been manipulated since they were little. So they've had on-the-job training from when they became an adult. And so that's just the nature of the ballgame. So now he cannot be with other women. Some people will forego any type of sexual relations with anyone else. They are willing, some people, not all, but some people who have been emotionally abused in this way, they will be celibate the rest of their life because they can't have sex with someone else because my mom needs me or my dad needs me. I have also known of circumstances where the guy got married, but all his wife had to, or excuse me, his wife, mother, he was married. He had a second wife. The first wife is his mom. She could call at 2:00 in the morning and say, I forgot to bake cookies for an event tomorrow. I need help. And he'd get out of the bed, get dressed, and go, this is how insidious this becomes. This is how dirty this becomes. So any type of emotional manipulation does not result in positive things. Okay. It results in mind twisting. I know my friend in New York, he knows of a guy who is in an emotionally incestuous relationship with his mother. He lives with her. He will always live with her. He has always lived with her. And he's well beyond grown years where you could get your own place, and he will not. And he chose to forego any relationships with anyone ever again. And I asked my friend, I said, is he gay? He goes, no. So you've not known him to date men? No. He doesn't date men or women. No. Really? Are you serious? He goes, yeah. He's going to stay with his mother forever. And he's more than willing to forgo a relationship with someone else because he's already in a relationship with her. And so, like I said, the mind bend starts when they're young. They will always use their health. Oh my God, I can't believe you're walking away from me. I got high blood pressure. I got this and that and the other. So the person, even if they try to spread their wings and try to be an adult and try to live on their own, that person will use their health. They will cry. They will make them feel bad. They might even resort to attacking. You're so selfish. My God, it's always been about you. Now, mind you, this person may have always catered to this person their whole life and sacrificed their entire being for this person. But if you try to spread your wings and be on your own, they're going to make you feel bad for it. You're so selfish. I can't believe you want to get your own place. Really? After all I've done for you? Okay. The person cannot, as I told you, they cannot become intimately involved with someone else. They feel like they're cheating on their mother or cheating.
I just want to say there, in two of the cases I was involved in, the boys did have trouble with girlfriends. They had terrible trouble with girlfriends, and neither at the time had girlfriends at all. Very interesting.
Cheating on their father or their auntie or whoever it is that they're emotionally incestuously and tied into, whoever they're locked and blocked into, they cannot function outside of that. They cannot be with other people. They feel guilty. And even though it's emotional incestuous behavior, it can creep into incestuous. I know of a situation, she's on YouTube. I'm not going to say who she is. I don't remember who she is anyway. I don't think. I'd have to research. But anyway, for her privacy, I won't tell who she is. But her dad was emotionally incestuous with her. And he would talk to her about his romances, and this went wrong and that went wrong. And I mean, the inappropriateness, even if he had, let's say, for example, he had an ED problem where he cannot sustain an erection, he would tell the person he's emotionally incestuous with, I've had a problem with, I can't get it up anymore. I don't know what to do, which is 1000% inappropriate. The whole thing is inappropriate, right? So instead of discussing it if they have a partner in real life, instead of discussing it with their partner, because that's the person you're supposed to be having sex with, they will discuss it with their other spouse, which is the person they have targeted to mind bend. I think I guess it would beg the question, do they know what they're doing? Oh, yeah. Do they know what it's called? Probably not. Do they know how insidious it is? They might and they might not, but they know what they're doing. They're not blindly, going like this, walking through the world. They know what they're doing. They're well versed on what they're doing. They just can't stop doing it or won't stop doing it. And I'm sure there are people who finally got counseling, broke away from it, and have cut all contact with that person, because otherwise it'll never stop. The control would never stop. I can't believe you got married. You deserted me. No, that's called normal, dummy. People get married. That's what they do. You had a kid? What is wrong with you? Now your kid is going to be more important than me? I've done more for you than your kid's ever done. Right? That's called the nature of a child taking care of a kid. The parent does more. That's normal. But it's mind bend. And for those of you who have broken away from it, even if you didn't know the title, I'm very proud of you, because you would have been stayed locked into this until this person died. And even if they died first, there's a strong possibility you still can't function, because you don't even know who you are anymore, because they took everything from you. They took your identity. They took your soul. They took everything from you. So there's a strong, strong, strong possibility that even when they're done, they're gone, you can't feel relief, because the damage is so insidious and so mind-bending and so deep, like the roots of a tree, real deep, deep, deep into the earth. The roots run so deep you cannot break it even when they're gone. So there's no relief, not necessarily relief when they're dead. You're like, oh my God, what will I do now? My whole identity has been around this person, and they may spaz. Here's where it gets even more twisted, okay? There was a guy who's a criminal. He liked to kill people. We're not surprised. His mother was a psychopath. So, naturally. But his mother was mean, vicious, abusive, nasty, hateful, insulting. Their whole relationship was that. When she died, he bottomed out and cried and cried and cried. And I'm thinking, you should rejoice that she's gone. The warden the warden for the prison, I can't talk today. The warden that runs the prison is dead. Hallelujah. You're free. It doesn't work that way. If their mind has been severely bent, it doesn't necessarily get unbent on its own. It may require medication. The person could be clinically depressed now. Support group, therapy, all of that. And cutting the rest of the family off, because here's where it gets even, let's twist a little more, okay? Shall we? There's always enablers. Every single family has somebody who is an idiot. I don't care if people get mad. Every family has an idiot or several idiots who encourage the person who is manipulating the other person. So even if you tried to break free, let's say it's your mom, you and your mom, you're trying to break free. You're like, I'm done with this. I am done. I'm grown, damn it. I'm grown. And I'm going to do what grown people do. The rest of the family, like say your auntie, your mom's sister, might be like, oh, I can't believe you're going to move on your own. You're going to turn your back on your mom. You seem ungrateful, unappreciative. What's wrong with you? You know she's got bad health. I can't believe. Now, mind you, auntie ain't trying to step up to the plate. Auntie's not going over to her sister's house and say, hey, babe, I want to check on you. Make sure you're okay. Make sure, I got to go to the store. Do you need anything? You need some medication? How you feel? You need a ride to your doctor's office. No. The person who is the victim for the warden, the control freak, when they branch out on their own, other family members are not going to step in and fill the spot and say, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of your mom. I probably should step up to the plate more because I really don't do enough. They ain't trying to do all that. Hell no. They will let you do whatever you're going to do, and they're going to stay the hell out of it. And if you try to step away, they're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe it. You unappreciative bastard. You're turning your back on your own mother or your own father, and you know their health is bad because, again, they'll use the health, right? Or you know that the person is not right, and they got Alzheimer's or whatever the hell is wrong with them, and you just go up and do your life. Wow. I'm glad you're not my kid. So the twistedness can run in the family. It could be generation after generation after generation, and it's called generational curses. And that's when you have to cut ties with everybody. Everybody. And don't feel bad about it because they don't respect you any damn way. Right? They don't respect you. You're not tied to somebody just because you're blood related. Let me repeat that. You are not tied to someone because you're blood related. No. If they can't respect you, you're out of there. Okay? And you cut them all off and you be done with it. So, so we're going to tell you about the one lady. I think I forgot to tell you. Anyway, he came home drunk one night and he was laying in his daughter's bed. He was drunk as hell and he laid in his daughter's bed. And she pretended she was asleep. As she laid there, she began to feel him become aroused. This is her father laying in her bed. She's a teenager. She was horrified, of course. She jumped up, ran into the living room, and slept on the couch. So it was always emotionally incestuous, but then it started to turn into sexual incest. And when you're drunk, the real you comes out. So chances are he's always been attracted to her that way. Could be why he was treating her like a spouse or a girlfriend in the first place. So although the sexual part is not always part of the dynamics, it can become part of the dynamics. And like I said, he's intoxicated. So the real him could easily come out. And it did. And I'm glad she got the hell away from him. And if he insisted on doing more against her will, then you call 911, or someone else in the family should have enough sense to call 911. So it never results in good things. Everybody involved, including the flying monkeys, the people in the family who are encouraging this behavior, they're enablers. The whole family is twisted. The whole family can be twisted. So if you have to cut them loose, you cut them loose. So there is a danger in always being there for someone. And it doesn't have to be a family member. It could be a friend, a relative, an acquaintance, a coworker. It could be anybody that you've always been there for. If they're a user, they get so used to you being there for them that when you're not, even for just a split second, where were you the other night? I needed someone to talk to. I went to a movie. Oh, it's always about you. You're so selfish. You knew I needed someone to talk to and you ran off to the movie. Now, mind you, this person's broken their neck for this person endless times. And the thanks you get is to be verbally berated and punished because you tried to do something for yourself. How dare you?